Hi everybody, welcome to Indycar PS. Indycar PS is a little show that I sometimes put out at the end of another where I've forgotten to tell you something that I should have said earlier on. So here it is, Indycar PS, the first in a new series of what I forgot to tell you in the earlier broadcast. A friend of mine has contacted me online making an interesting point, which is why is there no full-scale pipe band available to lead all our independence marches? That's a good question. Last year when I was on the march to the rally at Glasgow Green in 2017, somebody actually said this to me, that there are no pipe bands that are prepared to lead an independence rally. No established pipe bands, that is. Now, it could be because there's political sensitivities. Maybe there are people in those pipe bands who don't support independence. But either way, the pipe bands themselves, for whatever reason, were taking a neutral stance and wouldn't get behind independence. So what I'm asking today, and what this friend has suggested, is that the independence movement in general, the GRIP movement, puts together its own pipe and drum band specifically for the movement. Now, it's a great idea. I'm surprised nobody's thought of this before, but all credit should go to this chap for thinking this up. It's a great idea. Why don't we have our own indie band? Why can we not have a grip pipe band? It would be fantastic because we'd have a really big, well-organised marching band to head up our marches that would get everybody's attention. We can have perhaps our own Scottish tartan, like there is an actual independence tartan I know of for a fact. I've seen people wearing it. If we can get maybe a kilt sponsor to come up with the goods so that we have a band with full pipes and snare drums and bass drum and a pipe major and all the rest of it, if we can get a few people together to volunteer to put this together, we could have our own independence pipe band with our own uniform, unique to the indie movement, and it would be a wonderful way to wake people up, get their attention in the street. They'd hear us coming from miles around, and it would be using an old technique, if you like, an old technique which has been largely appropriated by the Orange Lodge over the years, of noisy pipe bands with lots of drums playing and music and noise. I think it would make a great spectacle, and it would, as I say, borrow the technique from the Orange Lodge, but get it back into our own hands. Most of the pipe bands that I know of are highly competitive, and they compete in the World Pipe Band Championships. There are also military pipe bands, which are basically they're British because they're based on British military music and martial music. But the pipe bands who play in the pipe band competitions are not. They're entirely or mostly civilians, although there are police pipe bands, I'm sure, and army pipe bands. But if anybody knows, or anybody in the piping community has an idea about how to put this together, that would be fantastic. Maybe they could contact the All Under One Banner organisers for the March in Dumfries. It might be too early for that, too soon. But perhaps we might have something organised in time for the March and Rally at Inverness. That would be fantastic, to have our own pipe band leading the procession through the streets of Inverness in the Highland capital. Be fantastic. So anyway, that's IndyCar PS for today, the first in a series of what would you call them, afterwards or postscripts to my main channel programs. So if anyone has ideas on how to do this, don't just call me, but get in contact with the All Under One Banner organisers and see if there's enough enthusiasm and enough activists and enough pipers and drummers to put together a band in the first place. It doesn't have to be huge. I think perhaps 10 to 20 people would make enough noise, and would obviously, it needs to form a tight-knit marching band. You need people with experience. I know there's a few people from the Boys Brigade at my age who can still play a snare drum. So if you have any ideas on how to do it, do let me know as well. I mean, we'll put, it's nice to see the posts on threads online as well, but I think we really need to try and contact the All Under One Banner organisers and do this as a grip project, as a grassroots independence pipe band would be cool. It would be fantastic. A grip band of our own, with our own tartan, our own uniform. Maybe based on the saltire, I don't know. You see all these Union Jack wearing guys down at the Royal Wedding. Maybe we can get jackets with lots and lots of little saltires on them. Anyway, if you've got ideas on this, let me know, and I'll try and pass them along to all under one banner. That's it for today. Have a good Sunday. I'll see you again on Monday. Bye for now.